Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because this is the internet, it's worldwide and time zones are a thing. Can I get a little audio check in the chat, please? And welcome to the stream. I'll do some hellos while we're getting here. Steve Craig, absolutely farked, brother. So we'll watch the stream tomorrow. Much love from Skegness. Okay, Steve, get yourself to bed and hope everything's going well with you. Samson, thank you very much for the shout out in the show earlier. I seen a couple of bits of it. I'm going to catch up on the other bits tomorrow, probably. So thanks for the shout out, and the bits that I heard were really interesting. All good. And Sally, audio good. Thank you. David Davies, hello. All good. Emma G saying I'm late. I was late by like seconds. And me and Emma G had a really lovely day today. We went out. Busy? Who's busy? Haldork's lurking. Good. Happy lurking, chum. It's a duck. What about you? Glad you're here. Anglo-Saxon, evening, chum. Streaky Bacon. The Streaky Bacon managed to get his pedal done between the streams because that can be a bit of a problem, especially with this very quick turnover. Glenn Gunnar, oi, what about you? Glad to have you here. Welcome aboard. Yes. Where was I? Oh, yes. Emma and I were out today. We had a lovely day. Sanson was talking about candlelit dinners and stuff. It wasn't quite like that. I had a small burger. Yep. Oh, put it that one. Thank you. That's all good. Yes, I had a small burger. Emma had some chicken. Thing was absolutely lovely. That is a triple burger with bacon and cheese. Was absolutely yummy. You're the king of spanners. Yes, I did actually manage to get. I think managed to get Steve Cray all spannered up. So hopefully that has worked because it doesn't really show me on StreamYards who has a spanner and who has not. So there you go. How the fuck do you... Yes, that's a very good question. I tackled it with a knife and fork, and you sort of get a spear into it and cut down. And sort of pull that off the side and get a bit of bap and stuff it in. Yeah, it was fucking yummy. So yes, that's what I had, and Emma had something else which she also really enjoyed. Chum, if you need to sleep, go sleep. Don't be feeling guilty at all. I understand you've got young kids. It's late at night. If you need to go, go. Don't be letting me keeping you out of your bed. Which is another thing that sort of came up. Yes, Emma Ragnar Ironspear was insinuating that we might have had some sort of a go with the sax swing this evening, and Samson Communion was defending your honor and saying that would never ever happen. I'm thinking, I just tied your tits up, but there you go. Yes, so we had a very good night, nice burgers, and a good evening, and a bit of streamage in between. So, is that pure, pure filth. Yes, it's only filthy if it's done wrong. Would be my defence to that, Mr. Sanson. Hold on, I seen one there I wanted to. Ah, Paul. You remind me of my boss when I was younger. He was an Ulster man. Yeah, the accent is quite. Uh, yeah, it's the accent is it's hard to ignore, and it's also hard to forget. Now we're going to stop that screen sharing, and we're going to dump into our first bit of content, and right, we'll go with our strange sport of the week, which is always good. I've found something I believe to be unique and different for you to have a look at, and I'm just going to grab this link. We'll get it loaded up for you. Oh. Shh. I didn't tell anybody, honestly. Yes, right. I need to get this subject changed pretty quick, so here we go. Oh, it's giving me advertisements and all sorts of stuff, and I need to get it into theater mode. Skip those ads. Right. This is sort of. You've all seen mountain biking, right? And I'm also pretty sure most of you have seen like North Shore mountain biking, where they go along the skinny planks of wood and stuff. Well, this is taking that just a little step further. Just a little step further. Back on the StreamYards, and share screen. Want the Chrome tab. That's the one. Sure. And StreamYards, that's on. Take that comment out. Right, yes. So this is a bit of mountain biking on a unicycle. Got a dragon in my sights, I'm slaying. Oh, when I'm raising my flag up high, it's going away. To the end of the earth, the battle for the grave. They can't take away, they can't take away this fire burning bright. I'll carry through the night like a one-man army marching through the walls and gates. I'm charging, they'll try and take. What have we got? Yep, well, there is that. He has a show off. But I can do that in two wheels, let alone one. Yes, this is a bit mad. His nuts must be destroyed. Yeah, well, there could be that. I'll do another like 10, 15 seconds of this. Just a wee quick clip. This thunder rolling out, I'm never going under. Right now, I got this hunger. There you go. Someone stole half his pig. Yeah, so there you go. That's our first. That's our first. Anglo-Saxon. Can you unicycle or can you steal half a bike? There was two things that sort of come up there. Diversity gas station was stolen his front wheel. There we go. That's our first bit of strange sport. We're going to remove that out, and what we're going to do next is we're going to Niagara Circus, where we like to put something strange up a ramp, and by that I mean, we like to jump something strange over a large jump. So we're going to get this loaded up. Right, I'm just getting this next link. Get that volume off, because it fucks about and plays advertisements on it. And then we need to get it lined up. Right, we're going to go from about here. Summer Solstice is on the 21st. We will be talking all about that very shortly, Billy. I'm going to do our Niagara Circus-y type stuff. Yes, so sorry, I was just reading comments there. But what we're at now is I've got a link put up at the top, the people at the top of the ramp. So any guesses what could be getting sent down this ramp and jumped? Anybody like to put on a wee guess? When I get this pulled up. Yeah, well, it means you're exactly halfway through the year, is what it means, chum. It's on its way again. Right, here we go.
Jumping a bloody esky down the ramp, but Curtis has it way worse. What is this? We're gonna go flying. We're gonna buzz the tower. Top Gun, eat your heart out. Land boogie for life. I'm still called a control.
We used to do offers in Stoke where we would challenge one another to try and jump over increasing widths of the brook out the back of our house. We always went home wet and covered. Yes, no, not a lawnmower. What we've got is we've got a kid's toy, like ride on airplane, and we've got a surfboard. Now, anybody like to hazard a guess as to whether or not either of the two of them actually landed, or are they going to fall off or whatever? That's our guess each. So get them in the chat while I fire this up again.
Traction riding this thing. Get Kato! It's built for flying!
Oh, we're going high today, boys!
It's built for flying! Oh, that thing's flying! Oh!
Oh, I didn't realize how much slower this could be on this.
No, you're right.
Oh, no.
You're right. I heard. Yeah, he's fine. Oh! He thought it was gonna go slower and it went faster.
You.
Does he get delayed? No, we're not having flan dildos. Somebody's going to end up or on a glug machine. Well, here's the thing. Now, those two both made it over. And do you remember last week we seen the guys doing the testing out what's the name? Tandem, that's the word. Do you remember seeing them on a tandem bike trying that out? Well, guess what? They're sending it down the ramp. So we're going to have a look at that. 5:37. Just getting this up to the timestamp.
We're up. I honestly, I'm in here.
Yeah, we'll be chilling.
Yeah.
I just want to go too slow and we'll be fine.
I'd rather go deep and slow.
Yeah.
Remember the years of race spin?
I know.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, people? Do you reckon they're going to land this tandem jump off that big ramp? Here we go.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we're chilling. Oh. You right? We shouldn't have broke it all. On my head. Yeah, boys.
Hey,
There's that.
we need to
Pump up the tires.
more PSI.
No, I barely broke it all, but the tires are flat. Yeah, I feel like that went pretty good for a first try.
Yeah, sounds something. I got the I actually got that off. No, that burger I had on the screen earlier. Stop that screen and bring my burger back up again. Yes, that old Butte was from an American diner place called Sugar Ray's, but it was absolutely fucking gorgeous. Really enjoyed it. Yep. I like a good burger. So that's all our prattling about. We're right on the 20-minute mark. We are going to go into show that one. streaky bacon. I would eat the fuck out of that. I did. Oh, it was fucking yummy. Yep, triple burger, cheese, and there was a slice of cheese between each of the three burger patties, and there was bacon as well. Barbecue sauce. Fucking yum. Rags, what about you, also, brother? Glad to see you here. Right, now we're going to get into our actual content and begin talking about Summer Solstice. As we said before, Summer Solstice is the 21st of June. It's the longest day of the year, which means it has the earliest sunrise and the latest sunset. The first thing we're going to on this is about Stonehenge. And when I'm getting this pulled up, what I will say is we do not know proof positive, factual, what went on at Stonehenge during the summer solstice. We don't know how it was used. We don't know how, what any religious ceremony looked like. We have no fucking clue. What I can say is it doesn't look like it looks today. Share screen. What I can say is it doesn't look the way it looks today. This link is from Culture Trip. It was pretty much the best one I could find that was quite decent. Strangely enough, the National Trust, their link about Stonehenge, brought in things about people jumping over fires, which we know is at Beltane, May Day. It talked about it being the day whenever the feel between the human world and spirit world was at its weakest, and that spirits could possibly pass through. And we also know that's Halloween, so the National Trust are bullshitting people and just sticking stuff about any pagan festival that they want into it. Just checking. Stonehenge. The henge itself was fucked about with, moved, and rebuilt in the mid 1950s. Yes, it does. It marks the procession of the equinox. What's there now is not what was there, and it fell out of use from nobody knows when until the Victorian times, and people started to gather at it again. So I just want to be clear at this point that I'm not telling you exactly what happened at Stonehenge, and nobody is, because we don't know. But anyway, actually, I think we've overdone the zoom. We'll zoom that out once. Every year, thousands of people gather at Stonehenge in the southwest of England to celebrate the summer solstice. What does the prehistoric stone circle have to do with the longest day of the year? Okay, so far so good. If there's one thing in England that England is famous for, other than the beloved Queen, it's Stonehenge. The unexplained Neolithic giant stone circle on the A303 in southern England has baffled historians for centuries. How did it get there? What's it for? Why is it even here? One theory claimed by the Druids is that those turn blocks connect the Earth, Moon, and Sun seasons together. That is semi-true. No one does seem to know. No day does seem more true than the summer solstice. When the sun rises on the longest day of the year, the morning beams perfectly align between the stones and meet the central altar. This holy matrimony of sun and stone is welcomed by cheers and shouts by thousands who have stayed up all night to celebrate midsummer, along with a chorus of white cloaked and hoop druids singing "Arises, O Sun" with the dawn chorus. Celebrating the sun as it reaches Head's Point in Stonehenge is no new tradition. From the early 70s and 80s, it attracted a carnival of New Age travellers, neo druids, and other alternative communities to dance among the stones at the Stonehenge Free Festival. But it was shut down by the authorities in 1985 and ended with the brutal Battle of Beanfield. Stonehenge reopened its doors to some worshippers, hippies, and pagans in the summer of 1999, and the event now attracts anywhere between 10,000 and 30,000 people. There is a bit of a moral to us about multiculturalism here, because say you're practicing a pagan / druid religion and you're trying to have your religious event on this place that should be the center of your, well, a very central tenet of your religion, seeing the sunrise at this special place where there's been worship down through the centuries. How's that going with the New Age hippies and everybody else and the semi-rock concert that's going on around you? It doesn't gel just quite so well. Yep, there's a pagan dude. To witness solstice traditions at their best, arrive at Stonehenge before sun has set the day before. Druid priests lead a sunset ceremony before processing around the stones 3 times, believing that this ceremonial act acknowledges the sanctity of the site and that it introduces them to the spirits and the higher beings of Stonehenge. I'm just going back and check the comments. We can always rely on Billy. Inquisitive Billy. Druids was the name of the people that practiced the pagan religion that was displaced by Christianity whenever St. Patrick arrived and did all his damage. Stephen Campbell, very well put. Ancient scholarly, priestly men, wise men. Yes, they were indeed. Emma G, they're not from Star Wars. Very good. No, hippies in themselves are not a religion, but they do tend to hang around with New Age religions and stuff. And they do tend to have a different religious belief system than the rest of us. As the morning draws closer, worshippers will begin to set up small circles within which they will call out to the elements, make speeches, and recite prayers. Before turning to face the rising sun, raise their hands. This group celebration and prayer is said to summon the good energy and send it out around the world. Now, as you can see in this picture here, with all these people mulling about, you're not having a successful religious service with all these people mulling around. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. And I'll come on to what I think would be a better way for British people that want to do something semi-spiritual around midsummer that would be closer to our roots than this fucking 3-ring circus. Sunrise brings a group celebration and prayer on the summer solstice Stonehenge. All right, that's just Given the country's pagan history, summer solstice celebrations are important rituals throughout England, are not unique to the country's most famous stone circle in Winchester, Wiltshire, and Cornwall. A relay of bonfires are lit across the highest points and tours of the moors from Ding Dong in Manson, Bodmin Moor, and most northern reaches, each ignition being the signal for the next light in Penzance. We've spoken about this before on this channel about uh, our very old tradition of using bonfires to carry news or be used as signals, and one bonfire, the side of one bonfire would be the signal to light the next one. In Penzance, the Galvin Festival, which is Cornish for midsummer, ends in a riot of colour and music and a street party that rages through the town on the first Saturday after the solstice every year. We're going to do a quick dive into that. For those who want the solstice experience without the hordes, England has over 1,000 stone circles, from Castlederg in the Lake District to Swinside in Cumbria. Cumbria's in the Lake District. I think those two are pretty close together, to be honest with you. The Rollright Stones in Oxfordshire and the Dudo Stone Circle in Northumberland. Watch the beautiful sunrise and celebrate the solstice far from the maddening crowds. Perfect. And that I would very much agree with. I'm going to change I want to zoom that out again. Yeah. Lovely. That's anybody that wants to do something Paca evening. There are things like that in Northern Ireland. There are indeed, and indeed there are things like that in the Republic of Ireland. We will be, come winter solstice, we will be talking about the burial mounds at Newgrange. That is totally covered over, and whenever the sun rises on winter solstice, that light beams down the center of it and illuminates the passages off the side. Oh, I have high-ranking scrubs in there. Oh, Don Browning has arrived. Don Browning, even from down under. Our Australian friends will be very soon having their winter solstice because they're in the other hemisphere. They have their winter solstice whenever we have our summer solstice, and vice versa, the other way around. Yes, so if you want to get what do you reckon to the Wicker Man and these festivals? We are always made to believe that they were nutters, although based on that, I think Sansom, if you mean the Wicker Man, the film, if you're talking about the original one, I can't remember who was in it, but that was up in Scotland on the wee island, and the policeman come over. I think that's an excellent movie. I think that our old traditions are necessary and good. I think that the idea we have, I think that a lot of paganism is a trilogy of land, tribe, and family, which does not go down very well with the current people that we're about now. There's a lot of trilogies in paganism, Druidism, and one of them would be land, tribe, and family, like air, water, wind would be another one. I think there's a lot to it. I also think that the idea that if you have a sentient creator that can see everything, knows everything, can interact with everything, knows everything at the same time, I don't think he needs you to go to a certain church building to be able to talk to you. So I would, yes, Edward Woodward, Christopher Lee, and Nudie Britt Ackland. Oh, Britt Ackland didn't actually do that nudie scene. They brought in a body double. But yes, that's a cracking film. I recommend it to everyone. And I think we could do worse than going back to religion that had that. My other comment in all this at the minute is if you want to do something more on the pagan end of things to celebrate Midsummers, I would find yourself I would find yourself somewhere like this that is out in nature. Stay up all night, talk to your family, your friends, your lovers, but all these traditions would have been carried out with people who you knew in a close-knit society. And in all probability, come morning time, people would have went off with their other half and made love as the sun rose, but not the crazy orgy type thing that the New Age hippies are trying to bandy that it would be. It would be much more personal. And also, it's a time to get back in touch with the nature, with your family, with your lover, with whatever. So that's where I would be on that. Nah, we'll have a quick look at what Bass is saying. Druids combined the tasks of being a priest, mediator, physician, scientist, and judge for the Celts and the Alps in Western Europe and North British Isles. Yes, they did. That they did. They were the wise man. They settled the disputes. And some of them would be more specialized in medicine. Some would be more specialized in other things. Yes, it would be a Central European thing. Although there are solstice celebrations probably pretty much everywhere in the world because everywhere does have a longest day. And if you go back far enough, we all rely very much on weather and times and stuff like that. This time of the year is unreal for connecting back with the earth and nature and natural flow of things happening. Yes, it is, chum. That's what we gotta do. That's what we need to do. So that's pretty much a backdrop of the Stonehenge stuff. I'm like I said, nobody knows how that ritual actually went down there. The only thing that we can pretty much say for sure is that There were rituals there. We also believe that there was rituals at winter solstice as well. They found like the houses where the people that built it, and they found bones of pigs that were domesticated pigs that were hunted with arrows, with flint arrows, and then roasted and large quantities of. So we know that there was a feast went on. Uh, so we know that these festivals happen, but not exactly how. And the other one I'm going to have a look at is the festivals in Cornwall. We're getting this from Trans Celtic. I can just get this up. A bit of zoomage. Back. It's actually Wednesday, I believe, mate. It's the 21st. Hold on. Emma J, I told you Ragnar was saying that. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Crutchell Spider-Man outfit. No, there's none of that degeneracy here. None of that, Ragnar. And we didn't have a swing involved. Tuesday, yep. Real Vincent Griffin saying the 22nd. Unless something has changed. Yes, just some rope. And a paddle. Right, hold on. I need to take that one away. And I need to get the next screen up. Chrome tab. Right, this link is from Trans Celtic. Galway Festival, Penzance Town Centre, Caircrow. Right. People, when I was doing the research for this, finding good information on this festival was even more difficult than the Stonehenge one. But I'm going to go with what I've found. This seems to be pretty much the best overall link that I could find, so we're going with this. I'm going to zoom that in again. Have a look at what we're looking like in StreamYards. Right. Back to this. Zoom that out just one. Right. Galway Festival, Penzance Town Centre. June 15th to 24th of June. This is from 2018 because these festivals haven't went on, but the I believe that everything's all back on again this year. In fact, I know it is because it was all on Facebook posts and it was the town centres, but none of this was the best one I could find with an actual backdrop to it. Galway is just one example of the much wider midsummer European tradition. An ancient festival was first described by Dr. William Borlos in 1754 in his book Antiquities of Cornwall. Right, why is this not turning? Right, I don't want all of it to turn that colour, just this bit. Right, thank you. In Cornwall, the festival fires called bonfires are kindled on the eve of St. John the Baptist and St. Peter's Day in midsummer is thence in the Cornish tongue called Galwin, which signifies both light and rejoicing. At these fires, the Cornish attended with lighted torches, tarred and pitched at the end to make their preambules round their fires and go from village to village carrying their torches before them. And this is certainly the remains of the Druid superstition for faces for pre-4. Sorry, I don't speak Cornish. To carry lighted torches was reckoned a kind of gentilism, and as such particularly prohibited by the Gallic councils. I'm not sure. I think that is Gallic councils. They were in the eye of the law, ascenders fulcrum, and thought to sacrifice to the devil and to serve They were thought to sacrifice to the devil and to serve capital punishment. In the turn blue. Right, thank you. In the late 1800s, Galwin was one of the last surviving midsummer festivals practiced in Cornwall. Traditionally, blazing tar barrels were placed around the town street, and bonfires were lit on the surrounding hills, which could be seen all around Mount Spey and beyond. In the late 1890s, the authorities in Penzance outlawed the festivals due to increased fire risk, and the centuries-old festival died out. Possibly the first time that a festival has been knocked in the head due to health and safety. Revived in 1991, the Galwin Festival has today become a most colourful community festival in Kernow, blending Cornish traditions with contemporary images and ritual. The festival brings the past and present together in a community celebration of the tradition of Midsummer Feast of St. John. The festival has a packed programme with artists and celebration of music, performing arts and theatre. Events include fireworks displays on the prom, Maisie Day, spectacular parades through the streets, and a host of street entertainment. So basically what this means is this old festival of the people has gone corporate. It's going to have council money, it's going to have companies backing it, and you get the version of it that they decide is allowable. I'm just going to Welsh Cornwall. I'm just checking through the comments because I need to do this every so often. Cornish language shares 65% of the Welsh tongue. Pretty much all old British languages have got some Welsh in it because that was the one that stayed pretty robust, and the Pope granted a Bible and Book of Common Prayer in Welsh, so it survived where others did not. Right, so I'm going to go back to this. The festival is one big spectacle, and to say there's a lot to see and do is probably an understatement. Listen to traditional music played on the Golden Band. Don't miss Penzance, the Penzance Os that makes an appearance on St. John's Eve, and you can take part in the serpent dances. when everyone joins hands and snakes through the streets. There's also a quay fair, and you'll find stalls selling local food, arts, crafts, uh, the fun mock mayor elections. Don't ever want to be mayor for a day, because if you go back in old traditions, like as we've talked about in the Wicker Man, king for a day, mayor for a day, that doesn't end well. Because the reason why you're only that for one day is because at the end of the day, they sacrifice you. Uh, and then we have some pictures. There is a pipe. I just want to check that what we have is coming up. It is good. A pipe band. We've got people looking very not traditional going down the street, and we've got some fireworks going on, or bonfires. This looks quite cool. Uh, well, I would say that you're not going to. I wouldn't suggest anybody to rock up at this festival thinking that you're getting an actual traditional event, but it does look like it'll be bloody good fun. And even in modified forms, I believe that we need to hold on to what traditions we've got, what parades we've got, uh, like because this is what links us together. And I would definitely this is something Emma G. This is something I would like you and I to actually get to at some stage. Not this year, obviously, and not next year, but at some stage. Hold on, I'm trying to get what Billy's saying. Uh, there could be two. There could be two groups of people that have similar uh, festivals in very distant lands that is not an appropriation. Although we do seem to have a shortage of actual evidence of how this festival went down, so we don't know how much of it's traditional and how much is not. Uh, no, you can't. I can't see me Morris dancing. I have no idea how it works. But we could. But I would love to see it. I would love to see people who have a tradition of Morris dancing in their town, and the people. Uh, yes, let me have a better look at this. I could maybe get another picture of this up, and you could see that it's not. Right, I go back to StreamYard, remove that, go to Finder. Right, close this one down. Back in the StreamYard, share screen. Right, there we go. That is a slightly better picture of that. And what these are brightly colored flowers. Uh, it, not quite the whole LGBTQAI people thing. It just sort of looks like it. I might actually look that up. We could actually. Would that be on the YouTube? We could have a quick look at that, but yeah, I don't know. See, I've did martial arts and stuff, and getting people to swing a stick in the same place reliably and not crack you around the head isn't always the easiest thing in the world. Mayday Parade in Palstow, Cornwall, with their Obby Aussies is always worth a visit. Yes. Right. I'm going to have a quick look for this. Where am I? Just stick on my Goldfields. And Dulce Gibolo. Right. 1 second. Here we go. I should have went to YouTube first and searched that. Just talk amongst yourselves and then trying to find this. Right. We might be onto something. Sansom, am I supposed to be seeing Morris dancers in this somewhere? Because I'm not seeing them. Right, hold on. Right. Here we go. I'm going a different way. M-O-R. Morris dancers with 6. Yeah. One second, people. Right. We're mid dance. Here we go. Sorry for the delay, people. Origami got me fucked. Right. Hold on. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Sure. Can we see it a bit more close up? I can't. I can't promise that the person that was on the other side of me wouldn't have their hands whacked off them, but I do actually really like that. That's cool. Yep, nothing like tradition. Hold on, where? I love the 90s getting pulled up and listening to Morris dancers, and the police used to arrest our outdoor raves, but they knew that they couldn't kettle us honky. Yes. Well, that's the other thing. If you're out doing march dance and the police come along, you've already got the sticks. Broken Silence, Portsmouth by Mike Oldfield. Right, we're going to give that a word. And right. Sorry, just give us a second. I'm going to see if I can find this. Oh, looks like we're in. I've got to answer a question before it'll let me. Right. Sharing screen. Here we come. It's coming up. It's coming up. Right, I'm pausing this because I do want to watch more of it. But to make this fair use, I'm going to have to stop and comment on it at least a bit. That is absolutely fucking beautiful and so traditional, and the way the people are dancing and stuff and interacting with music. I love that. That is good. Echo. Right, hold on. Yes, I've just realised I stopped that to do my little bit in the middle. Yeah, I stopped that to do my little bit in the middle to make it fair use. And I was saying that yeah, that it's great to see British people uh, celebrate using British culture and keeping it all together. So we'll go back to it now again. And
Coca-Cola is your ticket to the ultimate summer of sound.
absolutely bloody lovely. 42 thinks he's Chris. Yes, well, with a little bit of mute way. So that's sort of pretty much. Yes, Billy Blogs, there is that. That's pretty much our little bit of. That's our little bit of Summer Solstice. Anybody got any questions arising from any of this? Or anything else that they want to talk about? Hold on. Well, what have I missed? Is it 42? Yeah. Yep. So basically, Summer Solstice, longest day, stay up all night, go somewhere, be with nature, and reconnect with yourself and reconnect with your family. And that's basically what it's all about. So there we go. I think the pyramids should be destroyed. They were built by slaves. Did aliens not put them there? I'm pretty sure aliens put them there because we don't know how to build them anymore. And what I would say is that well, the other thing I would say about the pyramids is it would seem that the people that built them were extremely good tradesmen, and I would say they were more likely to be paid employees than slaves. Yes, at 42. Can you say to Sansom what a refreshing and educational and reasonable voice he is in nationalism these days, please? And thanks for his mint work so far. Yes, I can indeed say all of that. Streaky Bacon, Sanson is doing an excellent job in all of this, in his stream content and being rational and reasonable. In fairness, Dos Job was probably better for Winter Solstice because it's a traditional Christmas tune. Yes, Sansom, get that pinned in because we will be doing Winter Solstice and everything that entails around that, and we will play that day. That's for definite. Amachi, what are you and Streaky Bacon up to? There's still time yet. What? I'll look away from the comments for 2 minutes and madness has broke out. Freemasons built the pyramids. They are too perfect. No, I'm going to say Freemasonry came long after the pyramids. Long after the pyramids. A pleasure, chum. This what I'm finding out is the only problem that's going to give me is a copyright strike, and it doesn't mean shit because it's not monetized anyway. It doesn't get the stream pulled down, hopefully. So, and thanks for the suggestion because it was a lovely video. Oh, hold on. I can't think how Dulce Jubilee goes. I'll have to have a listen. How white people must have built the pyramids. We honestly don't know. The strangest thing about it is that the Egyptians don't know, and they've lost everything to do with the pyramids. And the other thing on that subject is, well, I just clear my throat. The giant pyramid at Gaza is actually the best pyramid. The other ones become smaller as they go along, and they are worse than the giant one was also the first one built. So it looks like somebody managed to build, by quite some time, by the way. So it almost looks like somebody has, or a bunch of people have got the giant one built, and then people later on have tried to recreate it. Were not just quite as good. Freemasons were an organization that verified stone mason skins originally. Yes, and they come up with that 6-piece arch and all that good stuff, but I really don't think they had involvement in the pyramids. $42, yeah, that's a problem with Gaza. Great footballer, but a bit of a drunkard. Yes, he was probably the second best drunk footballer in the world. The best drunk footballer in the world, obviously, lives about, or lived, came from about 4 miles from my house. Mr. George Best. Right, what's this about? Oh no, hold on. Isn't there wage slips on record from the pyramids? Pretty sure I watched it on a channel called 32 as it goes. There isn't pay slips, but what there is evidence of is a village where the workers lived, and it was not. It was good accommodation. Uh, you know, if you're going to have the size of the workforce that would have required, having them there against their will would have been incredibly difficult to do. Too many people, too much garden. Plus, it's one thing guarding a bunch of people that are not armed, but whenever you have got them all with sharp chisels, and you would need guards like one for one. It doesn't make any sense for them to be a slave workforce, and neither do I have any evidence that it's just people thought that they were slaves, and that's about where it goes. There's obviously a hidden history from us. There are pyramids all over the place. Can't imagine why the Mayans would just think, I know, let's build it this shape. Yep. And all through South America, there's pyramids. Pyramids popped up all over the world, and so there's something going on. Did these people with the pyramid parchments, did they go from place to place around the world, and everywhere they go decide, right, let's start building a new pyramid? I really don't I don't know what is the cause, but I do think that there's more to it than what we've been told now. Night, good people up there in the north, hold tough and keep the batting. Fuck the New World Order. I prefer to argue with my own kind. Thanks very much. Very profound sheepdog. Pyramids was built by Irish navvies. Yes, sheepdog, sleep well. All the best, and thanks for dropping by. Yeah, they unearthed the workers' accommodation near the pyramids that could house thousands and their families. Yes, but you don't house slaves with their families for a job that size. That's why I don't think that they were slave labor. I think that they were brought in, paid, and cared for and looked after. And the other thing is, see if you're building this thing, it's incredibly hard to build, and you've got people with a very rare skill set. I think you need to look after them if you want to build any more. You know, it doesn't make sense. They were built them to line up with the poles and the equinoxes, and they were astronomers and scientists. I have a rough, sketchy knowledge. I believe they line up like a certain star constellation, and I can't remember for the life of me which. Don't stick sharp things in your thumb, Billy. And John Enoch Powell has a very valid point. As long as it's not your arse, Billy, put a plaster on it. That sounds about right as well. What are we doing, people? How long have we been on? There's an hour 20. And it is coming up to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to start winding this down. I would like to thank you all for coming, participating in the chat, and I hope you have all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next week. I recognise most of the names here, and I feel connection with them, Irish, English, etc. Went to my sister's wedding a couple of days ago. I'm so attracted to Portsmouth. Yeah, Broken Silence community, mate. It turns out that we like to be among each other. And it works for us. Right. So what am I going to do? I'm going to find a little bit of music for taking us out. And here we go. A little bit of music for taking us out. Yep, here we go. Found it.
With a rather shocking event that took place.
Just have to wait for this advertisement to go. Right. Back to StreamYards. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen.
Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. Your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like size it up, gonna haul him up that chain, chop his ass up, size it up, gonna haul him up that chain, chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast. I'll tell them, oh, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first. I swear to God, it's the last thing I do. I'm going to get my hands around your throat.